It was kind of you to keep me company this afternoon, Kathleen. I would have been lonely driving uptown alone.
Well, sure. Wouldn't I rather ride in a fine automobile than stay here and listen to Bridget's lies about her relations? It was like a vacation, Mom. There was one thing I didn't like.
What was that, Kathleen?
The way the man in the drugstore acted when I took in the prescription for you. The impudence of him.
What are you talking about? What drugstore? What prescription? Oh, of course, I've forgotten. The medicine for the rheumatism in my hands. What did the man say? Not that it matters as long as he filled the prescription.
Oh, it mattered to me then. I'm not used to being treated like a thief. He gave me a long look and says insultingly, "Where did you get a hold of this?" And I says, "It's none of your damned business. But if you must know, it's for the lady I work for, Mrs. Tyrone, who's sitting out in the automobile." That shut him up quick. He gave a look out at you and said, "Oh," and went to get the medicine.
Yes, he knows me. It's a special kind of medicine. I have to take it because there's no other that can stop the pain. All the pain! I mean, in my hands. Poor hands. You'd never believe it, but they were once one of my good points, along with my hair and eyes, and I had a fine figure, too. I won't look at them. They're worse than the foghorn for reminding me. But even they can't touch me now. They're far away. I see them, but the pain is gone.
You've taken some of the medicine. It made you act funny, ma'am. If I didn't know better, I'd think you'd a drop taken.
It kills the pain. You go back until at last you're beyond its reach. Only the past is happy and real. I must go upstairs. I haven't taken enough. When you start again, you never know exactly how much you need. That must be them. Why are they coming back? They don't want to, and I'd much rather be alone. Oh, I'm so glad they've come. I've been so horribly lonely.
Are you there, Mary?
I'm here, dear, in the living room. I've been waiting for you. I'm so happy you've come. I had given up hope. I was afraid you wouldn't come home. It's been such a dismal, foggy evening. It must be much more cheerful in the barrooms uptown where there are people you can talk and joke with. No, don't deny it. I know how you feel. I don't blame you a bit. I'm all the more grateful to you for coming home. I was sitting here so lonely and blue. Come, sit down. Dinner won't be ready for a minute. You're actually a little early. Well, wonders never cease. Here's the whiskey, dear. Shall I pour a drink for you? And you, Edmund. I don't want to encourage you, but one before dinner as an appetizer can't do any harm. Where's Jamie? Oh, but of course, he'll never come home so long as he has the price of a drink left. I'm afraid Jamie has been lost to us for a long time, dear. But we mustn't allow him to drag Edmund down with him, as he'd like to. He's jealous because Edmund has always been the baby, just as he used to be of Eugene. He'll never be content until he makes Edmund as hopeless a failure as he is.
Stop talking, Mama.
Yes, Mary, the less you say now. All the same, there's a truth in your mother's warning. Beware of that brother of yours, or he'll poison life for you with his damned sneering serpent's tongue.
Cut it out, Papa.
It's hard to believe, seeing Jamie as he is now, that he was ever my baby. Do you remember what a healthy, happy baby he was, James? The one-night stands and filthy trains and cheap hotels and bad food never made him cross or sick. He was always smiling or laughing. He hardly ever cried. Eugene was the same, too, happy and healthy. During the 2 years he lived before I let him die through my neglect.
Oh, for the love of God, I'm a fool for coming home.
Papa, shut up.
It was Edmund who was the cross patch when he was little, always getting upset and frightened about nothing at all. Everyone used to say, dear, that you would cry at the drop of a hat.
Maybe I guessed there was a good reason not to laugh.
Now, lad, you know better than to pay attention.
Who would have thought Jamie would grow up to disgrace us? You remember James, for years after he went to boarding school, we received such glowing reports. Everyone liked him. All his teachers told us what a fine brain he had and how easily he learned his lessons. Even after he began to drink and they had to expel him, they wrote us how sorry they were because he was so likable and such a brilliant student. They predicted a wonderful future for him if he would only learn to take life seriously. Such a pity. Poor Jamie. Hard to understand. No, it isn't at all. You brought him up to be a boozer. Since he first opened his eyes, he's seen you drinking. Always a bottle on the bureau in the cheap hotel rooms. And if he had a nightmare when he was little or a stomachache, your remedy was to give him a teaspoonful of whiskey to quiet him.
So I'm to blame because that lazy hulk has made a drunken loafer of himself? Is that what I've come home to listen to? I might have known. When you have the poison in you, you want to blame everyone but yourself.
Papa, you told me not to pay attention. Anyway, it's true. You did the same thing with me. I can remember that teaspoon of booze every time I woke up with a nightmare.
Yes, you were continually having nightmares as a child. You were born afraid because I was so afraid to bring you into the world. Please don't think I blame your father, Edmund. He didn't know any better. He never went to school after he was 10. His people were the most ignorant kind of poverty-stricken Irish. I'm sure they honestly believe whiskey is the healthiest medicine for a child who is sick or frightened.
What are you...
Papa! Are we going to have this drink or aren't we?
You're right. I'm a fool to take notice. Drink hearty, lad.
I'm sorry if I sounded bitter, James. I'm not. It's all so far away. But I did feel a little hurt when you wished you hadn't come home. I was so relieved and happy when you came and grateful to you. It's very dreary and sad here to be alone in the fog with the night falling.
I'm glad I came, Mary, when you act like your real self.
Listen, Mama. You're not so far gone yet. You've forgotten everything. You haven't asked me what I found out this afternoon. Don't you care a damn?
Don't say that. You hurt me, dear.
What I've got is serious, Mama. Doc Hardy knows for sure now.
That lying old quack. I warn you, he'd invent...
No, he called in a specialist to examine me, so he'd be absolutely
Don't
sure.
tell me about Hardy. If you heard what the doctor at the sanitarium, who really knows something, said about how he treated me, he said he ought to be locked up. He said it was a wonder I hadn't gone mad. I told him I had once. That time I ran down in my nightdress to throw myself off the dock. You remember that, don't you? And yet you want me to pay attention to what Dr. Hardy says. Oh, no.
I remember, all right. It was right after that that Papa and Jamie decided they couldn't hide it from me anymore. Jamie told me, I called him a liar, I tried to punch him in the nose, but I knew he wasn't lying. God, it made everything in life seem rotten.
Oh, don't, my baby. You hurt me so dreadfully.
I'm sorry, Mama. It was you who brought it up. Listen, Mama, I'm going to tell you whether you want to hear or not. I've got to go to a sanitarium.
Go away? No! I won't have it. How dare Dr. Hardy advise such a thing without consulting me? How dare your father allow him? What right has he? You are my baby! Let him attend to Jamie. I know he wants you sent to a sanatorium to take you away from me. He's always tried to do that. He's been jealous of every one of my babies. He kept finding ways to make me leave them. That's what caused Eugene's death. He's been jealous of you most of all. He knew I loved you most because...
Stop talking crazy, can't you, Mama? Stop trying to blame him. And why are you so against my going away now? I've been away a lot, and I've never noticed it broke your heart.
I'm afraid you're not very sensitive after all. You might have guessed, dear, that after I knew you knew about me, I had to be glad you couldn't see me.
Mama, don't. All this talk about loving me, and you won't even listen when I try to tell you how sick I am.
No, that's enough. I don't care to hear because I know it's nothing more than Hardy's ignorant lies. You're so like your father, dear. You love to make a scene out of nothing so you can be dramatic and tragic. If I gave you the slightest encouragement, you tell me next you are going to die.
People do die of it. Your own father.
Why do you mention him? There is no comparison at all with you. He had consumption. I hate when you become gloomy and morbid. I forbid you to remind me of my father's death. Do you hear me?
I hear you, Mama. Yes, I hear you. I wish to God I didn't. It's pretty hard to take at times, having a dope fiend for a mother. Forgive me, Mama, I was angry. You hurt me.
Just listen to that awful foghorn and the bells. Why is it fog makes everything sound so sad and lost, I wonder?
I can't stay here. I don't want any dinner.
I must go upstairs. I haven't taken enough. I hope sometime, without meaning it, I will take an overdose. I never could do it deliberately. The Blessed Virgin would never forgive me then.
The padlock is all scratched. That drunken loafer has tried to pick the lock with a piece of wire the way he's done before. But I fooled him this time. It's a special padlock a professional burglar couldn't pick. Where's Edmund?
He went out. Perhaps he's going uptown again to find Jamie. He still has some money left, I suppose, and it's burning a hole in his pocket. He said he didn't want any dinner. He doesn't seem to have any appetite these days. But it's just a summer cold. Oh, James! I'm so frightened. I know he's going to die.
Don't say that. That's not true. They promised me in 6 months he'd be cured.
You don't believe that. I can tell when you're acting. And it will be my fault. I should have never borne him. It would have been better for his sake. I never would have hurt him then. He wouldn't have had to know his mother was a dope fiend and hate her.
Hush, Mary, for the love of God. He loves you. He knows it was a curse put on you without your knowing or willing it. He's proud you're his mother. Hush now. Here comes Kathleen. You don't want her to see you crying.
Dinner is served, sir. Dinner is served, ma'am. So you're here, are you? Well, won't Bridget be in a rage? I told her the madam said you wouldn't be home. Don't be looking at me that way. If I've a drop taken, I didn't steal it. I was invited.
Come along, dear. Let's have our dinner. I'm hungry as a hunter.
I'm afraid you'll have to excuse me, James. I couldn't possibly eat anything. My hands pain me dreadfully. I think the best thing for me is to go to bed and rest. Good night, dear.
Up to take more of that goddamn poison, is that it? You'll be like a mad ghost before the night's over.
I don't know what you're talking about, James. You say such mean, bitter things when you've drunk too much. You're as bad as Jamie or Edmund.